All right. Good afternoon, Mia. Good afternoon.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Mia.
Hi, I'm glad to be here. I'm so
Yeah.
relaxed.
Oh, where are you broadcasting from? Is that your studio ba
This
or
is my studio. It's our living room actually. So
okay.
this is where I actually hold my workshops. So if
Ah,
you see my house, my
oh,
living room has been turned into a studio.
wow.
Oh,
Yeah. Ever since ECQ started and we started doing our workshops here.
Okay. We want to know more about that workshop. So,
Sure.
let's start.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. And we're here talking to and thank you for talking All right. Good afternoon, Mia. Good
Hi, good
afternoon.
afternoon.
Good afternoon to all the people watching in the replay or watching live right now. Please join our discussion with Mia. And we're so excited to talk about soaps. And maybe, Mia, can you just introduce how did you get started with SoTrue Naturals? And how did you get started with all this soap?
Okay. Well, I think I'm an entrepreneur at heart. So when I got married, I was doing other things. Then I had babies, and when I had my kids, I kind of stopped working for a while. And she see the thing is, when I stopped working, I love being a mom. The thing is, my
Mm,
daughter, my first one, at the time had very sensitive skin. So this was maybe about my daughter was born 2007. So this was maybe about 2008, and I was looking for a mild enough soap or body wash for her because she would react to whatever I used, even if
mhm,
it was supposedly for mild skin or it's supposed to be gentle and for sensitive skin. Um, it wouldn't be mild enough for her. So
mhm.
I started researching and I found that Castile soap is called the newborn soap because it's mild enough for newborn skin. Now, when we say Castile soap, we're talking about pure olive oil soap. And at
Ah,
the time, there was just none in the market. I couldn't find anything. I
mhm,
saw a popular brand called Castile soap. It's a foreign brand, but if
mhm.
you look at it, if you look at the ingredients, it's not pure olive oil because pure
Okay.
olive oil makes the mildest soap. So I couldn't find any. So I decided to make my own.
masyado
And
naman.
so that was in 2008. So I would make for my daughter, and then we started using it as a family, and then I started giving it to friends and family. And I never really thought of making it a business
Okay.
until about 2011 when I started getting restless as a stay-at-home mom, and
Mhm.
I wanted to do a business again, and I was looking for something to do. And the soap idea was not really something I wanted to do as a business. It's not something that came to me na parang, okay, I'll do this as a business. It just happened that one of my friends asked me, can you teach me how to make soap? And I'm like, okay, sure. Let's make soap. So they came over and we made soap. And I remember when I was mixing my soap, this was around early 2011. I said, I have the time to make this kind of soap. Okay. And I realized that not everybody has the time to do it.
Oo.
And I was sure that there were other moms like me who were looking for a mild soap for their children, or there were other people with sensitive skin who needed a milder alternative to what was in the market. And that's how So True Naturals was born.
Wow. So it's 9 years, no?
Yes,
Yes.
yes. Oh my gosh, yes.
Oh
Kasi
my.
July na pala. I started in June. I
Wow.
started in June 2011. And
Next
I
year,
rem-
10 years na.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. So it's been 9 years. You know, in my head, I feel like it's like still February, March. Parang everything is just like,
It just
diba?
stopped.
I know, right? I'm like, July na pala. It's the bare months in like 2 months. Oh my gosh.
Oo nga,
Yeah,
grabe.
yeah.
So you only do Castile soap ba or you may
Branch
progress
out.
na to other types of soap? Basta
Okay.
all naturals.
For SoTrue Naturals, we're really sticking to True Castiles. It's pure olive oil soap. We are planning to launch another line under SoTrue Naturals, which is called SoTrue Basics, which will have a mix, another kind of oil mixed into the olive oil. It will have very similar characteristics as a Castile oil soap, as a True Castile, but at a different price point, at a lower price point. And we're hoping to launch this soon. And yeah, so that in that sense, yes, we're moving on. We're gonna introduce something that's not pure olive oil, something that hopefully people will be better able to afford. But you know what? We're not just soaps, huh? SoTrue Naturals, it's funny if you go through the history of the company.
Can you share us?
Yeah, the product line grew as my children grew. Can you see it? So at first it was all soaps, right? And then later on, nagkakasipon na, and I needed something that was mild, like a baby rub for them. And so I started making a baby vapor rub. So that was one that we did.
Yes, it's a mild.
Yeah, something that's mild for them. It didn't have menthol or camphor or peppermint. I needed to look for ingredients that are safe for babies to use. Another thing, and then later on, they needed bug spray. So we started doing bug spray, and then they needed bombs for the bites that they would get from the bugs, So it grew that way. And then later on, as my kids grew older, they started getting older now, so they didn't really need my attention as much anymore. So what I ended up doing was I started noticing my house again, and that's when I started moving into home scents. Kasi parang I realized, okay, it's nice pala to have a house that smells nice. So I started making re-diffusers, room sprays, candles, etc., etc. And then last year we did a rebrand. Took out quite a few of our products, and we decided to kind of streamline everything. So slowly, we kind of really cut down our product lineup, and we went to soaps and scrubs, and we're slowly growing it again, because I think I really needed to figure out what I wanted to do with the retail side of SoTrue. And then also in 2018, that's when we started our workshops. Anton, I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
Sorry, yes.
Okay, yes, okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
During this quarantine, what happened with the change of behavior with your consumers in terms of soaps or purchasing? What did you discover or learn during this time?
Well, the interesting thing is people have found there's a newfound appreciation for soap. All of a sudden, you just realize you have to wash your hands with soap, and it works better than hand sanitizer or alcohol. Really, it's really the best way to get rid of the viruses in your hands, for example, is to wash it with soap. So I feel like people have started to recognize that soap is essential. Again, I mean, it's always been an essential, but then I think there's been a newfound appreciation for soap. So yeah.
Well, was there particular ingredients that you use during this time, or the same lang?
No, it's the same.
Natural, it's the same.
It's the same. Soap kasi, how soap works is every soap molecule has two ends. One is hydrophilic, one is hydrophobic. So the hydrophilic side likes water. The hydrophobic side likes the grease, grime, dirt. So what happens is when we soap our hands, the hydrophobic side will attach itself to the grease, grime, and dirt on your hands. Okay? This part also, this side of the molecule is also what's going to break down. Diba, remember the coronavirus? you know how, diba, it's covered by like a fatty layer? So
Yes.
that the soap molecule actually breaks that down. And then, so it breaks it up and it cannot survive. And then when you wash it, the hydrophilic side attaches to the water and it washes it all off. So that's why they say it works so much better than, let's say, hand sanitizer or alcohol. So I didn't have to add anything antibacterial. I mean, it's really not necessary.
Ang galing ah. But did most people got interested with making their own soaps also? Or
Yes, yeah. Okay, in 2018, that's when we started doing our workshops. These were our soap workshops, and since then, I think we've had, that's been a year and a half, almost 2 years. I think we've had over 350 students already. And the thing is, I love doing them. I love meeting people. It was such a great energy, during the workshops. I mean, it was just fun to be around people who kind of, you have things in common with, and the conversation was always nice. And some people have made good friends and started businesses even. I've had students who have started businesses already. And when the pandemic started, I remember my last actual workshop was 1 week before, exactly 1 week before the ECQ was announced.
Okay.
March 7, it was March 7, and that was the day that it was announced that there was already another yung local na case.
Transmission.
Oh, yeah. And I remember it was during class and we started talking about it, and we didn't realize how serious it was going to be just 1 week later. So, yeah. So when the ECQ started, I think like everyone, we were all caught off guard. It was a curveball, really.
Yeah.
And I wasn't sure what to do. And I remember around end March, I told my team, guys, I don't know how we're gonna do business in this pandemic. The problem is we're gonna need. I mean, how do you even deliver stuff? It was so hard. Even the on-demand services were difficult to book. So around end March, I talked to my team and I said, I don't know how this is gonna work. We can't really get our products out the way we used to. We can't do our workshops because we couldn't meet each other, right? And but my team, and they're amazing. Hi JC, hi Kate, hi Sally. They said, hold on. Right when I texted them and I said, I think I'm gonna have to shut this down until things get better. And they said, just a minute, we're in a call, we're discussing some things, we're trying to put together some ideas how to make this work. And for me, that was enough, because at that point, I wanted to give up. I really wanted to give up. I'm not gonna lie. But at that point, when I heard, when it came from them, that's when parang nabuhayan ako. And I thought, okay, I'm not gonna quit. And so after they had their call, we had a call, I joined them. And that's when we started throwing ideas at each other, bouncing off ideas. And it came out, we decided, okay, let's keep things going the way they are. The one challenge was the workshops. What were we gonna do? The week of the ECQ kasi, we were set, the first week of ECQ, we were set to already shoot our video online course.
Okay.
Yeah, we were gonna do that. And then all of a sudden, we couldn't anymore, right? So it was really about, and I know this is like an overused word, it's really about finding a way to pivot. And so, diba? Pivot, diba?
Of course.
Yeah. So we decided na, okay, how do we make this work? Number one, Okay, so Zoom is a platform we could use, no problem. But number two, how do we get the materials that we needed? Fortunately, by that time, our industry, this is essentials, the manufacturer of essentials was already allowed to operate. But it was still hard to find. Because like, for example, where will I find spatulas? Where will I find mixing bowls? Where will I find other things, you know? But thankfully, because I was doing workshops and I had, and I would do like big groups for, let's say, corporate wellness, whatever. So I had quite a few mixing bowls and spatulas and stuff. I said, this is what's going to go out. And I had enough. So thankfully I had enough. So that's when we decided to get it started. I thought I had enough, to be honest. I thought I had enough to last me 2 months. With about 4 workshops. But it lasted like 2 workshops. By the second workshop, medyo kapos na. At the time, nakahanap na ako ng supply at that time. Yeah.
Pero how is it? Can you deliver the same workshop content effectively online?
You know, I was worried about that because in a regular workshop, there's a lot of this nice energy. You know, you bounce energy off each other, right? There's a really good vibe when you're with other people. And I was worried about that translating through the screen. Surprisingly, it does. I mean, my classes are still fun. I still find them fun. And I have heard students say that they are fun. And the thing is, I had to tweak. To be honest, I had to tweak our classes a bit. Because, you know, it's a different platform. It's a different medium. So I can't do the same flow as I do in a regular workshop. And to be honest, we were like, because we started our first workshop around mid-April, right? Smack during the ECQ. We started in April, and the first one was rough. I mean, you know, but I feel like we got our groove. Every workshop, it was getting better because we were getting used to it and, you know, anticipating things already. So it's not exactly the same. But I would say it was still good. Yeah.
And so how do you do the workshop? Maybe you can show us how do you like a sample of how do you like mix ingredients and stuff. Yeah.
Sure. You know, I have here, I'm not sure. Do you see, is my, yeah. Okay. So what I have here, I'm actually working on there you go. I'm actually working on a soap, which is like our favorite. You know, it's lavender oatmeal. This is the soap I used to make for my daughter. Like the first soap, maybe the first soap I ever made. And it's always been a favorite. And I'm going to leave this here. And at this point, actually, I'm going to add in oatmeal. Okay.
Yung oatmeal, ano yan? Normal oatmeal lang? Or?
Yes, this is just regular oatmeal. I find that you need them to be better, finely ground, because you don't want them too big that it's going to scratch your skin. Okay, so I'm just going to add this on. And I don't really, when it comes to the oatmeal, I tend to just eyeball it, really.
Okay.
Okay, but I use quite a bit, but okay.
The oatmeal is for scrubbing the skin.
It's a very gentle exfoliant, and it's also very soothing on the skin. So it's not rough. It's not. I mean, there is a bit of a scrub to it, but because it tends to melt, it's not as hard or as harsh on the skin as, let's say, coffee, for example, or
okay.
Yeah. Okay, I think I'm gonna put this whole bottle in. Yeah. Okay. And then I have here on the side. Oops. Okay.
Sige, nag-load pa yung video. Pero sige, let's go ahead.
Sige. So I have here already my essential oil, which is a lavender essential oil. So lavender oatmeal, that's like the soap I really like to make. And I'm gonna pour that in. This is about a whole shot glass worth of lavender
Wow.
essential oil. I
Wow.
hope there's like smell-o-vision or something because it smells really good.
Scratch and smell.
Scratch and smell, diba? Okay.
So paano yan, Mia? You provide the products as part of the workshop?
Yes, you know what we do is we have a kit, okay? And people always ask me when they join, they say, "What do I have to prepare?" And the thing is, you don't have to prepare anything because we send everything to you. It's plug and play. You don't need to prepare any machines or do any special prep. This is we really even in class we provide down to the whisk and the mixing bowl and the digital scale. Now we started doing the digital scale, and we mix by hand in class. Yeah,
Why by hand?
because I can't assume that everybody has a stick blender, and you don't need a stick blender to make soap. Really, you can choose to mix by hand, and I give some tips and tricks about that. So it's not a stick blender is good to have, but it's not necessary. So we mix by hand. There's no real benefit. It's just that it takes a little longer. So when you use a stick blender, it is much faster. But I find that in class, even for those who have stick blenders at home, they don't mind using just the whisk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna blend this up a bit because it's
Nawala lang yung connection.
okay. No problem. Okay, I'm just gonna blend it, and then later, a little later, I'm going to pour it in the mold. Can you hear me over the whirring? So I like using a stick blender also, just to for this in this particular soap because I just want to grind the oatmeal a little bit more.
So in the workshop, you have two cameras then, like ganun.
Yes,
So may
I
close-up
do.
camera.
I do. So there's one for the lecture, which is on me, and there's another one for the demo, just so because we go hands-on, so the students can go along with me.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna leave this here first.
Okay.
I can
So
talk to you.
did you ever finish the video tutorials or hindi? Hindi pa rin talaga.
No, because we haven't been able to get together yet. It was only started. I mean, they started shooting and all that during GCQ, right? So I actually was talking to our videographer yesterday, and we are pushing through with the plans. It's just a matter of actually doing it and making sure we follow the right safety protocols. Also, because we're going to shoot it, and we need, diba, you can only meet with a certain number of people, and so we have to make sure we've got that down right. Because I don't want. I mean, it's work, okay? It's work, but I don't want anybody to get sick because of it. So we want to make sure we do things right.
So you can also do it on your own or parang it's a combination na you can watch it on your own and then there's an actual workshop.
The online course, you mean? Well, this is something that ideally you can do on your own. See, because with a live workshops, you still kind of have to go with a schedule. But with the video courses, the idea is you can do this on your own. We will still be providing kits, and but you'll still get the same post-workshop support that you do now. Because we have after the workshop, and I tell my students this, after the workshop, you're gonna have lots of questions. I mean, we can't cover everything about soap making in a 3-hour class, impossible. And I have a great soap making group on Facebook because everybody has questions after the class. Once they start making soap, they have questions, and it's nice. And I always like to make cuento na sometimes when I started the group, I thought people would ask questions and I'll have to answer. But the great thing about it is we really built a community of soapers. And sometimes somebody would ask a question and there will be somebody else who will answer. And sometimes the question would be something that I had never even encountered before, but somebody else has. See, that's the beauty of a community, right? So it's really a shared, we really share knowledge and experience. And to be honest, I have learned so much from that group. Some of my students are much more adventurous in soaping than I have ever been. And so that was great. I'm really grateful for that because they're awesome. They're really awesome. I can't hear you. You're on side. You're on mute.
Sorry. So what happens with what is required? I know you have like a bar and a liquid. So
Yeah.
how does it work? Yeah. Can you share?
Sure. We have a bar soap class and a liquid soap class. We've done it in such a way that you do not need to take the bar class first. If you just want to take the liquid soap class, that's fine too. However, we do recommend doing the bar soap class first. There are two reasons why I like this. One, it really covers the basics of soap making. We still cover it in the liquid soap class, but I feel like you get a better understanding of what happens during soap making, in the soap making process with the bar soap class. The second reason is I feel like it's easier to fall in love with bar soap making than it is with liquid soap making. Because with bar soap making, you can be a little bit more creative. There are many things that you can do and play around with. It gives you a lot of leeway to try different things. With liquid soap, not quite as much, but the beauty of liquid soap is you don't have to wait 6 weeks to use it, 4 to 6 weeks to use it. Yeah.
So the liquid soap pwede nang gamitin kaagad.
Yes, there is a way. Once it's done, we follow certain steps, of course.
Okay.
But you can use it much sooner than you would a bar soap that you've made. Yeah.
Wow, ang galing ah. So alin mas popular, the liquid, I guess, no? Or
Actually, no. It's the bar soap seems a lot more popular. But I do have some students who just take the liquid class. You can take both. I get a lot of students who sign up for both because if you sign up for both, you get a 2,000 peso discount on like if you take a package for the workshops. Yeah.
And then usually ba puro babae lang yung
No naman.
nag-enroll?
No naman. Meron din naman lalaki, but mostly women talaga. It's really mostly women. But I've had some dads join. I've had other men join, and they really can get into it. I mean, soap making is chemistry, so it's not a feminine thing or all. So it's really for anybody who enjoys making things.
Wow, nice. And so in the Philippines, this soap industry, lumalaki ba yung handmade soap versus like commercial soap?
Well, the commercial soaps will still be much bigger, of course, diba? But the handmade soap, I think people are starting to really appreciate the things that are handmade, sustainable, natural. So it's really a growing industry. I mean, it's really something that people are starting to appreciate more. And I think that's why people like to make their own soaps. It's fulfilling. It's funny when you make soap, and I used to think of aromatherapy as like, nah, that's not true. But every time I make soap and I smell all this, like I feel like afterwards, I was in the spa.
Therapeutic, right?
Diba, Rich?
Yeah.
I mean, it's really, so I think people get that and people like the feeling. And I can tell sometimes in a class, when people, I can tell na parang this one's gonna get addicted. I'm sure I can see it in their eyes. There are some really, and then all of a sudden you see them, they make so much because they just love it. They love making it. And the natural progression of this is like, because you have so much, what are you gonna do with it? There are only so many people you can give it to, so they start to sell. So it becomes, and then when you sell it and people buy, I mean, that's validation for something that you've made, diba? And there's a certain fulfillment that comes from that.
Oh, and is that fine for you, creating competitors for your brand? Is that fine?
I've been, it was something I had to get over, I'll be honest. I think I was asked to teach soap making as early as 2013. And because I have spent so many hours researching, looking things up, figuring things out, doing things, finding certain techniques of doing things, I was not comfortable just letting it all out there, and serving it to someone on a silver platter. This is everything I learned over all these years. Here you go, take it. But something changed I have to say, around 2018. Because I was kind of parang, I don't know, something changed and I said, I have to figure out where I want this business to go. I know I still wanted to keep retail, but I just felt like we had to do something new. Okay. And I started, that was around mid 2018 when I said, like, I'm okay with teaching people. Okay. Some people have told me, you start teaching and you're gonna start creating competitors for yourself 2 or 3 years down the road. And I think I started creating competitors a few months in. But you know what? I think there's room for everyone. I've made a lot of good friends. I've had a lot of great experiences because of my soap making. I've had a lot of business opportunities open because of it. And I felt like if others could have that, why not? Why not? Why would I be swapping about it? And so, I do have students with businesses and they make beautiful soaps. And some of them, are like more adventurous than me. And
you can create so many varieties, right? And designs that sometimes you don't want to use it anymore, right?
Because it's so pretty, diba? Parang sayang naman, diba?
Tapos ang bango.
Yeah. And one of the biggest feelings of fulfillment that I get as a teacher is seeing your students do better pa than you. I mean, I think it feels like parang when I think about parang, Mia, are you serious? Why do you really feel that way? And I think I do, because I mean, it's like seeing them take what they learn from you and run away with it. I think that's amazing. I really think it's amazing.
Galing. So, when's your next workshop?
My next workshop, it's actually next Saturday. So that's July 11. That's the bar soap workshop. And then the weekend after July 18, we have our liquid soap workshop. And then this month, we're actually launching a new workshop. And we haven't announced this, but I'll announce it today. Why not? We're starting a natural home scents workshop. And that's going to be launched towards the end. Sorry, not launched. We're going to do that. We're launching this week. We're going to announce it this week. But we are going to do that towards maybe the end of July. Yeah. So if you go to SoTrueWorkshops.com and you click on workshops, you're going to see our schedules there. We have our schedules up all the way till August. But the Home Sense workshop is not there yet because we haven't announced it.
Is that an easier workshop?
I would say it's easier, yes, because with soap making, kasi it's chemistry with soap making. So you do deal with some chemicals, and you need to make sure that you know this and that and this and that. But I feel confident that people will like the room scent workshop, especially now that people stay home, diba? You want your home to be a nice place to live in. So I'm hopeful that the response to that will be great. Yeah. Do you want me to pour my ano now? I think
Yes. Can you connect the
it's not
phone lang?
connected.
Parang namatay lang.
Namatay? Yes, namatay. Hold on. Is that gonna take long? Or maybe I can just
Show it na lang.
I will show it na lang. So let's continue talking. I'm
Okay.
gonna be pouring while I'm talking, so that we can
So what are you pouring?
Right now I'm gonna pour it into molds.
Okay.
Hold on, let me just put this here. Because it's a pretty big batch that I made. So this is roughly, this is maybe about a little over 3 kilo.
Wow. Dami yan.
3 liters?
Yeah. Other died, but it's okay.
So do you do this full time ba, Mia?
When we started, I made everything. And then I had we have somebody do it for us. And then this month, we women who it's a foundation actually, and it's what we're doing is we're teaching them how to make. Well, they know how to make soap, but we're teaching them other ways of making soap as well. And it's really the thrust of the foundation is to empower these women with skills that they could use as livelihood. And I'm very happy that we're doing that. So all our production eventually will be moved to this foundation of women that supports women.
Nice.
Yep.
So ano nang ginagawa mo? You're pouring into the mold.
So once your students get the hang of making soaps, you also share with them where to buy it, those ingredients, the essential oils.
Yes. We do have partner suppliers, and then in the what do you call this? In the group, they share their suppliers well if they find anybody. Yeah, because I mean that's part of it, right?
Yes.
Knowing where to find your stuff
Yes.
to enable your habit. Your addiction.
Your addiction. Your addiction yan.
Diba?
And you hoard. Then you hoard.
You hoard talaga. It's funny, when I started making soap, it really started in my kitchen. And when I did that, I remember the first Christmas, I had to make like 4,000 soaps. My gosh.
Wow.
Our living room was like full of
containers.
Was full of soaps, curing soaps, all sliced. So this was over Christmas. We got like a corporate account, and we had to make like 4,000 soaps.
Wow.
And my husband was like, "Oh my gosh, Mia, what have you done to our house?" And I'm like,
pero ang bango, di ba?
I mean, diba? I'm earning. So he was talagang maximum tolerance. And so afterwards, he said, "Get out of my kitchen." Kasi he likes to cook, diba? So, and all my were there, and all my batter was making talsik all over. So he said, "Get out of my kitchen, get the guest room." So I got the guest room. And buti na lang with the guest room, he said he could close the door and not see the kalat, right? And then after maybe a couple of years, he said, get out and find a place already. So I do have another area. I have another place that I rent. Kasi hindi, it's my marriage or soap making. Yeah.
Ganun ba yun?
Yeah. I'm gonna try and use my hand. I'm just gonna, let's do the, so I poured it already now.
And then?
And let me see if I can get the can to work again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, entering.
Yes.
Yeah.
Malapit na.
Lapit na. Kaya niya yan.
Lapit na.
You need to... Yan.
You see it?
Not yet.
Not quite.
Well, you need to access the video. Yeah.
Turn on the video.
Wala.
Okay, hold on.
Oops. Lapit
Right?
na. You can do it. Yes! Yon. Yeah.
Yes!
Mabagal lang yung internet, pero it would show.
Nag-choppy.
Diba? Is making sure. Let me see.
Yan. Ayun! Wow! Ang dami!
Yeah, so there. Hold on. Let me just fix this up. Oops. Okay, not the best angle, but okay. So we made these 4 already. Let me just get that out. So here, and I want to make it set a little bit more. Or maybe I will do it now. So one of the things I like to do is just decorate it. And I'll show you something. I'll show you what I made the other day.
Okay. Parang ang dali lang gumawa ng soap,
Madali lang. Gawa ka.
Okay, here.
Parang madali lang. Oh.
Parang madali lang. So this is a mimosa bar. It has like poppy seeds in it. So it's like a mild exfoliant.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, so this is what it's going to look like when it's out of the mold. This is the shape that comes out.
Galing
Mimosa.
Yeah. So for this one, what I want to do here, yeah, mimosa. Like the drink,
color it.
the cocktail. Okay. That I use oxides. Oxides, yeah. Okay, so here I have lavender buds that I'm just going to put on the side of the to be honest, I'm having a hard time seeing without my glasses, but you know.
Ayaw mo mag-glasses, ha? Ako rin.
Yeah, my age shows. Oh my gosh, my shows when you wear it. Diba? So the nice thing about our classes now is it gets better each time. Because every week, every month or so, suppliers are starting to open up again.
Yes.
And supplies are easier to come by. So like for this batch coming before, kasi what we had to do was we really kind of had to set what additives and what scent each person would use in the class, and it was all the same for everybody. But now we have some more of a variety, and we're going to be able to tell people, ask people na parang, okay, these are the choices of the scents that you could use. What do you want to use? And that's what we're going to send you.
So you're putting it on top, on the side lang, one
On
side.
top, on the side. This is kind of like my marker so that I know that this is what it's a lavender oatmeal.
Mm,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. It's funny because you Rage, di ba you're a soap maker?
Hello.
Wait, nag-choppy ka lang.
Choppy,
Yung last, ano mo.
Choppy, chop. Yes, yes. What did you...
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. What were you asking?
Have you tried making soap na? Di ba you have?
Yes, the bar, yes.
Yeah.
But
Yun nga, it's masarap. It's fun.
nag-stop na naman ako so I want to get into it again and the liquid
Yes.
soap.
Yeah. Okay, there. And I think I'm done.
Wow, nice.
Sana ma-smell namin, no?
I'm gonna try something, but I don't know if it's
Chop.
Ayaw na mag-cooperate ang
and
internet.
I can make it's not thick enough. Hindi ba nag-cooperate? Shucks.
Hindi, okay lang.
Yan na,
Hindi,
yan na.
choppy lang na konti.
Is it cooperating?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
better.
Yeah. No, I wanted. Okay, I wanted to do kasi these kind of like you see that, but right now it's too soft, so I'm gonna wait a little while before I do that. But I don't think we're gonna have time for that.
Galing.
But yeah, so that's it. So I made today a lavender oatmeal soap, an awesome lavender oatmeal soap.
Yeah.
Galing,
Yeah.
galing.
And then you can use that after how many days?
No, we have to wait at least a month. At least a month, 4 to 6 weeks.
1 month?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, hindi ka
1
maliligo ng after ng 1 month.
But it's worth the wait. So,
Yes. Yeah.
So, pero talagang madaling matunaw, no? Pag natural soap.
when it's like this, glycerin is a natural byproduct of saponification. When you make soap, there's glycerin talaga. And now they say kasi, now when they make commercial soap, so they make soap, they take out the glycerin from it. And the glycerin kasi it's a valuable byproduct. It's sold separately for moisturizers or lotions, etc. But what happens with natural soaps? It's all there. And glycerin is a humectant. It likes to draw moisture to itself. So it really needs a little bit more of TLC. If you put it on a soap dish, you have to make sure that there's no water gathering under it kasi it's going to attract the moisture and it's gonna get lusaw, di ba? Nalulusaw siya sa ilalim.
Yeah.
So you really need something that will drain the water. Keep it as dry as possible.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Thank you. We're so excited with your workshop. Thank you for sharing inspiration to our audience who wants to do some soap. And maybe do you have final message siguro to people who wants to learn how to do soaps?
Yes. Thanks first, guys, for having me here today. And yeah, if you want to learn how to make soap, we have workshops going on every month. Please go to SoTrueNaturals.com. Click on the header. There's a header that's there. It's a great way to. We don't need masks. We don't even need to wear pants. So it's something that you can do from your house, and it's fun. fun. And I hope that you can join us because it really is a great community that we have. And it's a wonderful way to unleash your creativity and make something sustainable and something that your family will really enjoy.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mia, for sharing.
Yes, thank you, Antoine.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
we'll
thanks for
check out the
having me.
workshop. Yeah, we'll check out the workshop.
Yes, yes, yes. Rach,
Thank
come join
Yeah.
us naman.
Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. It would be fun.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. All
Yes, I
right.
think so. And then it's gonna be it's cool. It's fun. You meet new people online.
Yeah.
It's a nice way to make
With
friends
the
as
same
well.
passion, right?
Yeah.
Right, the same
Interest.
interests, and yeah, it's fun.
All
It's
right.
fun.
Thank you. All right. Thank you. And we're here talking to Steve. Thank you for talking Thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
Galing. Nag-Shopee lang
you.
tayo nung huli pero ang galing. You're so passionate about soap making.
Yes, guys. But yeah.
Pero hindi ka ba na
Yeah, it's fun. It's
Hindi
been
ka
so good to me.
nagsasawa?
Honestly, that time I told you about in 2018, medyo parang I didn't know what to do anymore. And then when I started teaching, that
Ay,
kind
iba.
of sparked things again. Yeah. And
Parang
kasi
sa-
also I started learning also eh. I started learning also from my students who were trying new things. So it means
Ayaw na tayo pag anuhin.
Nag-Shopee.
Nag-Shopee na. Anyway, thank you.
sorry, are you? Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
hindi.
nga.
Nag-Shopee.
Nag-Shopee. Ayaw na ng internet natin.
Hi,
All right. See you. See you on...
internet. Stop talking.
Stop talking na
All
daw.
right.
See
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
See
you.
you
See you
on
on Saturday.
Saturday.